What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Yeeeeee show. It's Thursday, and we're here. We're bringing it at you. We're live and direct. We are here, funky fresh in the flesh. And we have, William Jones. Already know. I don't even got to tell you guys, Rank Fortress is in the house. And, we're giving you guys that real deal on this Thursday. And, William, tell them what's going on.
Well, hopefully you guys are doing good. Starting next week, the one thing I'm gonna be doing is I was starting up whenever I first started doing junk removal. I was starting to do the junk removal course, just teaching basics of SEO. So if you can't afford SEO, you can actually start learning it yourself and kind of doing it yourself. And what are the basics that we do to get ranked and going over everything, why it's important, what are the ranking factors, how we do optimization, and how we do our on page and everything else. And then those of you that maybe you get in there and you start doing it, you think it's easy, then generally what ends up happening is, yeah, this ain't as easy as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So what can I do to get started? And it's not always starting out on premium SEO. The
Yeah.
premium SEO package is generally what we start everybody on to get really fast results, and that's the guaranteed SEO as well. But the free junk removal course will go over all types of stuff. So it's everything that you're going to need to get ranked. But it's not, a lot of it's basic, then a lot of it's going to be more complicated. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily as easy as, just doing a GMB optimization. Like, for instance, I have everything laid out here. I also have a white label course. I was doing that. I kind of stopped it mainly because I'm just kind of tired of doing the white label stuff. And I only
Mm-hmm.
do it for clients that come with me that have, a goal of going over 100 or more clients. Do have a call with a big junk removal guy franchise, but
So that's what you guys are going to get. We're going to bring you guys that content where we're going to show you guys how to do your SEO and try to break it down as easy as possible for you guys, because that's what we're bringing here. We're bringing you guys that SEO where we're trying to help you guys optimize everything that you can do, from off page to on page to having your authority everywhere. But we are the guys bringing you that SEO breakdown. There's not many out there. I don't know if any, William, who's breaking it down live and direct the way that we're doing it.
I don't. There's only my one friend that does it, and he does it live. But he'll go live for hours. I jokingly said, "Dude, you just as soon as he goes live, he's on and on and on because he loves SEO. His name is Chris." But
Mm-hmm.
what we're just trying to do, like for example, lesson one was I just went over what is local SEO, why is it important, why is it crucial for your junk removal business. Lesson two was, how Google ranks a local business and what are the, if you will, ranking factors. Lesson three, which is upcoming, is going to be understanding Google's three pack in organic local rankings. There is a difference, and then discover how to land in both. And
Mm-hmm.
then, like, the next lesson will be, what's the role of Google My Business in local SEO? And then what's the importance of it? And then after that, then we get into, for example, module two is covering setting up and optimizing it. Module three is covering GMB content and engagement. Module four is local SEO keyword research. And then module five is citations and NAP consistency. Six is reviews, reputation. Seven is link building. So we are going to be going through all of that and just breaking it down. Not just, if you will, a lot of people when they teach, they just teach you do this, and that's not our goal. Our goal is I want you to understand and why are you doing what you're doing. Like,
Yes.
why do I go after, for the instance, junk removal? Or if it was a roofer, or if it was a plumber. Why do we go after very specific keywords? Because in that instance, we're going after what's the GMB category. For instance, I had a guy, they own a medical spa, and their GMB category was called medical clinic. Told him, I said, you're not a medical clinic. A medical clinic is like a primary care clinic. Okay, an internal doctor, internal medicine. If you are a medical spa, there's actually a category called med spa or medical spa. So you should have chosen that when you set it up. So now what do? We got to fix it before we even begin, because this is why you're not getting any rankings. A lot of times in junk removal, for instance, I'll see guys choosing waste management.
Mm-hmm.
Waste management is totally different than junk removal.
Yep.
Recycling is totally different than junk removal. You
Mm-hmm.
know, a scrap yard is totally different than junk removal, and a lot of guys are picking those terms because they
Yeah.
don't know any better, or they hired someone that told them to use some stupid term like that. So
Or like what you just said, they did it themselves and they don't know any better, but now they're starting to know because of this content that we're giving them, that your keywords are so much important too, especially when it comes to my Google My Business. You don't want these words out there, because now when someone's looking for something, ready to make that call, you don't come up because 20 other guys have those keywords and you're just like wonk wonk
yeah, you can
wonk.
look at it. For example, it's like who's in the top, top three, and it's what category are they using. And a lot of guys, they'll be, because a lot of SEOs will teach this. They'll go choose your main category, let's say junk removal, and then choose about 5 or 6 other ones that are related to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like maybe, but generally no. And then if you look at just look at the top three, sometimes yes, but a lot of times no. They only use one category. So you don't always want to just go in there and say, oh, let me do what everybody's doing. We go,
Yeah.
I tell people, it's like, for business, I understand it from just a, people say SEOs that don't, will say they don't like me or whatever, say he has a very basic kindergarten level of SEO. And I would say, not really, but I break it down to a kindergarten level, because the common business owner, if I say semantics or topical authority or keyword clusters and all these big terms, no one knows what the hell you're talking about. But if you break it down and say, you know, what type of lollipop is that?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to understand basic kindergarten type level stuff. You can't come in there and be explaining it in a different way. So I look at someone and say, how do I beat these guys?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need to know how do I do SEO. How do I beat these guys? What are they doing right? What am I doing right? What are they doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah, that's I made that same mistake when I created my GMB and I had waste management on it. And I said, what that why do I have waste management? I didn't know how to change it to junk removal until William and his team jumped in and corrected all that for me. And that's the trust I gave them. I didn't even ask them to do it. They did it automatically. And I didn't even know until I seen it. And I was like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you work with rank fortress, you're going to get all those things and you don't even have to ask for them. They're trained to do these things. That's what they do. And that's what we're here. We're giving you guys that content. I wanted to kind of go over a little bit. I had someone reach out to me today, ask me a question. What do you think about optimizing your Facebook? Can you speak on
so
that, William?
yeah, we did a on my channel, we did a little bit of that yesterday. So number one, go back and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Go to my channel, and I actually go over how to make money on Facebook. So where I've made most of my money is actually Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Number one, so optimizing your profile. If you want to be able to screen share, I can do that because that's the easiest way to
Yeah.
share money.
Because I think a
Uh,
lot of people are on Facebook and they're just so much thinking about this. And they're like, how do I optimize my Facebook to rank or to have even the Google know of it?
yeah, so I was just teaching my daughter, matter of fact,
Mm-mm.
this last night, and she's 23 for her birthday.
Yes. I
Birthday baby
seen.
girl.
Happy birthday. I seen the birthday party you guys had for her. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And mom took her shopping, and then when she came back, I
Oh,
had roses and flowers and stuff for her. So she's my oldest.
there you go.
But first thing you need to do is you need to define who is your ideal customer. Before I go optimizing anything, who's your ideal customer? What's their demographics? And what are their pain points? So what are their pain points? Meaning, what problems can you solve for them that they're having? Unless you know any of that information, you don't need to optimize anything. But let's pretend you do. The number one pain point, my ideal client currently is not white label, it's junk removal clients. I want to help junk removal businesses. Why? Because I've heard from Xavier and I've had other people tell me, hey, I'm using these guys, and guess what? They're not ranking. So I got into the junk removal space. So my ideal client's junk removal. I show and feature my team because most people do not have a team and they're not transparent. Um, so I'm very transparent. If you ever want to know anything, just ask me. Then if we look at this, we go, okay, so your ideal client is this. What's their major pain point? It is not being ranked on Google. That's not your problem. It is your lead flow. Your lead flow hinders your cash flow. And that's what most people want. So I go get more leads from Google. So my call to action, or what I'm trying to get them to do, is, hey, I'm trying to get your attention. You want more leads from Google, then get your free SEO audit here. Most people say, well, you can't click on that, William. Well, people, human beings, don't think logically. They think by whatever someone tells them. And so as soon as you see that, you click on it. And your call to action over here is my, what I do VA training, lead generation, local SEO. Here's my phone number. And if you click on Linktree, then you'll see what I'm giving away, my free ebooks and SEO guide and all that, and how to book a call, etc. Right? But that's one part of it. Then I always usually choose an image that's professional. And then I always put like this really bright background on the back. And I do that because when you're on your cell phone scrolling, you want an image to pop. So you want it to pop out. So when it pops out, you go, oh, there's William or whoever, hey, here's Mr. Yeeeeee. He has his Solana in the background. I always know who Rudy is, or Mr. Yeeeeee. And then over here, I have in my bio, I put my call to action. Then I fill out all of this right here. If you edit the details, you go in here and you go, where do you work at? What's your education? What city you live in? What are your social links? And I have all of that. What are the websites you have? I'd add all of them. And then I always do, the next one, the really big one is outside of this, you go in, what are some featured images? My featured images are a call to action as well. Is your business nowhere to be found on Google? Get your GMB audit today. Get your no BS GMB audit today. Okay. So I'm emphasizing that, hey, a lot of these audits these guys are giving you is a bunch of bullshit. But then the big factor here is like, what separates Mr. Yeeeeee from everyone else? What separates William from every other SEO? Right? Because most of these other guys, in their instance, do not live in the Philippines, but they outsource to places like the Philippines. And then I tell our story of how we came to the Philippines broke, and how, this is just some of it. It's not even how me and my wife met. The fact she was an OFW, the fact she was working abroad in Saudi, and she did that, sending money back to her family, and how the life part she had. It goes through a lot of that. But then if you look through, my Facebook wall, all you're going to see is business, business, business. Once in a while, this guy, we just literally launched his website not even 4 days ago. It's crazy.
Wow.
And then anytime I'm doing a live with Mr. Yeeeeee or myself, I have it up there. This once in a while you'll see me post personal stuff, but it's pretty rare. And then I'll post things like this. They're inspirational for me. Put me in a room with the same people who talk shit about me. Watch how friendly they become.
Yeah.
I'll post stuff like that just because that's my style. This type of stuff I'm posting generally when just thoughts come in my head. My team posts this, and my team is the one that puts all this together and edits them every single day. Then I do the birthday things whenever I literally have on my calendar when my team's birthdays are. And then, of course, we went live when it's my baby's girl birthday. And that's Maneve and that's William. That's two of my grandchildren. I got four altogether. But
Mm-hmm.
so this is an optimized profile. When I go to just let's say this guy right here, right? This is a good start, but it's not kind of the way I would do it because some of this stuff is going to be hidden whenever you're on mobile. If I was on a mobile device, a lot of this you're not even going to see. So I want an optimized profile that you can see everything on mobile. I can have my call to action if I click on it. There's a reason why I put it here. Is all the information filled out here? I want featured photos. I want when someone clicks on my profile to know what I actually do. In his case, he's doing a good job. He could do better, but he's going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, and his is 1,000 times better than 99% things. I love seeing this sort of thing where you're with your kids because guys, we know, hey, your family's important to them, or things of that nature. A lot of times you don't see what's important to someone when you look on, their GMB or their Facebook profile. Now let's choose this guy. This is your typical, you know, Facebook profile. I don't know what you do whatsoever. I
Yeah.
look at it and I'm like, okay, he friended me, but he's got a couple of friends in the junk removal space. Outside of that, I don't know what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, if you don't know what, if I don't know what you do, how am I going to know how to pay you? I could look at this guy, same thing. Only reason I know he's in the garage door space is he says owner at garage door. He finally yesterday posted something about garage doors. Um, but generally speaking, that's what we're looking at. You don't want people to have to kind of wonder what you do, because when you actually start going into groups and engaging in groups, they're going to click on your profile and then they're going to say, they're going to want to know what do you do? And if they don't know what you do, how are they ever going to hire you or pay you or be interested in you or refer people to you? They're not, because they don't know what the hell you do.
Yeah.
And Facebook is an amazing way to get junk removal jobs and junk removal clients.
I think that there's a lot of businesses out there, and I'm going to be helping with some of this in the future. Going to be launching a situation where a lot of people, we advertise on Facebook, and we put our brand out there on Facebook. Excuse me, we put our brand out there on Facebook, but in all reality, how many people are really looking for junk removal on Facebook? How many people are really looking for an electrician on Facebook? How many people are looking for a plumber on Facebook? Is junk removal considered a boring business compared to some of the other ads? Like, I would say the new ad from Gap right now with the milkshake song, and it's all over, and it's just like it catches your eye the first 2 seconds. That is a that's a type of ad for like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. But the
It's like,
but
how do you make yourself interesting?
Yes, because in all reality, we're considered, people may not like this, or they may, I don't know how they're going to take this. Don't take it offensive, but you're in a boring business, because you're in a business like a electrician, a painter. No one cares about you.
You
So when
literally, no one cares about you till they need trash removed. You literally pick trash up and get rid of it.
yes,
Okay.
so
So it's not
that's
like it's, something that's like mind boggling and
hmm so
scientific or some crazy stuff. So
so that's what I'm trying to help people more at with these reels, and helping them catch that eye within the first 5 seconds, because people care more about that Domino's commercial than your, hey, how you doing? I can do this, I can help you. Or if you even have a before and after picture, they're just going to scroll. So that's why you have to get into the algorithm and be seen more and more and
yeah,
more
that's
and
why it's
more
really important.
with that traffic.
It's not necessarily that you're going to get a ton of clients in junk removal. If you
Hmm.
look in the right areas and you follow my SOP, you will.
Yeah.
But let's just say the other reason you need to do it is for brand. You need to build
Yeah.
a brand, and the only way
Hmm.
to do that is by posting on major platforms. One of which is Facebook groups.
So
So
so it can be a picture of just your business, You know what I mean? It could be a picture of your business that you could post, and with your website, and call to action buttons, and the algorithm's going to see this. Google's going to see this. But in all reality, if you're not making your ad or your post really eye catching and catchy, you're going to get scrolled, and someone's going to straight doo 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 doo, and people are spending a few minutes on Facebook just because they're on their break, and they can't get caught by their boss, or or they put it on mute and it's on captions, and they're reading everything you're saying now. So you really, really, have to be, and that's where Google, I'm pretty sure, kicks in. That's where Google is gonna, when people are gonna make that call. But just because people go to Google doesn't mean they're going to call your business. They may click on your page, what I mean, cost you a click or cost you some money, but doesn't mean that they're going to call you and you're going to get the job.
Yep, and this is one of the reasons why I tell people own as many spots on Google as you can, because just because they call you doesn't mean they're going to hire you. Just because they click on your link doesn't mean they're going to book you. It doesn't. It takes 8 different touches before
Hmm.
most people will hire you. I have people that I've talked to months ago, years ago, that finally hire us after watching content. Generally speaking, it's like,
Hmm.
why is it a real good thing to do video content? Because it's replayable. It's like having a constant sales dude talking about what you're doing, and people get to know your personality that way. So this is why when people will say, well, William is brash or he's this way, I hope you see that, because I don't want every client. I want the people that will jive with me. I got people that say, hey, I can't stand his attitude, and I got other people that say, actually, the whole reason I booked a call with you was
Uh-huh.
because the way I seen you on YouTube when Mr. Yee and you are doing your call outs and calling out the fake gurus and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I chose like with my personality, I chose the contrarian route because I am to me, I like boring. You want to know what boring is for me? I go on a vacation. This is what I do. Vacation for me is leave me the hell alone. I sit in my hotel room. I have a drink and I have my book. That's it. I don't want to be fucked with, right? I don't want to go
Yeah.
nowhere. I want to go island hopping or nothing like that, like everybody
Hmm.
else do. Or I'll go if we on a nice beach in Boracay. I literally go to the coffee shop. I sit there with coffee on the beach or with a pastrami sandwich, reading a book, looking at the beach. That is,
Hmm.
if you will, I'm boring, but that's me.
Everybody's boring is different. Everybody's rich is different. And we got a few people in the house. We got North Bay junk removal in the house. What's happening? We got Boss Cleaning Solutions LLC junk removal. What's happening? And of course, we got load runners in the house. What's happening? Thank you guys so much for tuning in and soaking up this free game. So, William, let's get to a little bit of the goody goodies. What are some of the best traffics? What are some of the best traffic in SEO to help you rank a little bit faster? What would you recommend?
So there was actually one I was looking up. Wasn't looking it up. I was just doing a search for. Let me see if I can get it to pull up again.
Okay. But if anybody has a question while you're searching that up, feel free, tap in, bring the questions out. If you have a question for Mr. Yeeeee, ask me a question. It doesn't have to be about SEO. You guys can ask anything. You can ask William anything also too.
And it
It's
doesn't
not
have to
just,
be about SEO. I
yeah.
got people all the time that will ask me all types
Hmm.
of stuff. So,
I get
um,
people call me every day and ask me questions, and they're amazed that I answer the phone, and they're just like, "Oh my god, can I call you Mister Yee, or do I call you Rudy, or what I call you?" And I said, "If you're on the phone with me, you can call me Rudy. Don't worry about it."
yeah. So like, and we went over this kind of yesterday, and I'll go over what I would tell you. But so yesterday, this is what we went over, and this is the same thing. And if you want this SOP, just say, hey, drop me the SOP and I'll give it to you. But the local traffic is going to be obviously Facebook groups. A lot of people will tell you, SEOs will tell you, well, referral traffic does not help you rank. They are lying through their teeth
Hmm.
because there's only two real types of traffic: direct traffic, which is I know your actual website. I'm a psychic and I freaking know your website, or I've met you and I know your website. So I type in your domain name, I go straight to it. How many of you have actually found businesses that way? Not me. I haven't happened. Once in a while, most of them is referral traffic, which is going to come. Referral traffic is I found your website on Facebook. I found it on Google. That's referral traffic. I found it on a backlink, a press release. I found it in someone suggested, or Mr. Yee goes, "Hey, go check out this person." Right.
Mm-hmm.
So referral traffic is all of those things. We went over yesterday. I'd tell you go on Nextdoor, be on Patch, Facebook groups, Quora, Reddit. Other platforms I don't really give a shit about. Okay. Then I'm also going to tell you, for example, always, if you will, do a search. So, for example, if I was to change this to, let's just change this out to to, let's say, Atlanta. I'm going to change my IP address, if you will. So I can choose a different state. So let's just say Atlanta, Georgia. This is where we're going to be at today. And we're near Marietta. And we want to see what type of traffic, it's not going to be the same for everybody. That's why I want y'all to understand this. It's not this set in stone. I should do this because this SEO told me. Screw that, right? Go look at the top 3. What are they doing? That's what I want to do. Not necessarily 1-800 got junk because they got a lot of money and they really don't dominate.
No, they don't.
They mainly have a lot of money and they put it into Google Ads. That's what they got.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they got a big ass franchise. So who do you see in organic? We got Yelp. We got 1-800 got junk, and Yelp is the number one thing. And I know, like Mr. Yee talks about getting leads on Yelp. Why aren't you advertising on Yelp? Most of you guys don't even do it because some stupid person told you, hey, don't use Yelp, and they're always hating on Yelp. Well, I would tell you to advertise on Yelp.
Yeah. Yelp
So
sticks. Yelp sticks to
they're,
Google.
they're literally telling you, they literally put here, number one people, top junk removal in that area, and they're actually paying. You see this is sponsored. They're paying to put these people here. So whoever, no limit services, not you, someone else, but Big Junk Billy, I need to go take care of him. He's using my name. More sponsor, but the point is there's a reason why you want to look here, because I go, okay, so I need to be on Yelp. I can't be on 1-800 got junk. Can't be on
Well,
College Guys.
William, isn't that a referral too?
These
Isn't
are
that?
all referral links.
Yes. See, so there you go, right there.
All
Referral
referral track.
links from other businesses, other brands saying your name.
So this is Peachtree Junk Removal. But
Shout
what
out
you
to
see is
Peach.
interesting here. This is a guy we just took on. His impressions are up, but his rankings are, they suck. But he's only been with us for a few days, so we'll get him there.
Mm-hmm.
But what you notice here, you see this is Reddit. People are talking about junk removal in that area on Reddit, which is another excellent source for referral traffic. And you see this. What does he have? All it is his YouTube video right here.
So, William, can we break down what is Reddit for the people who don't know what Reddit really is?
So Reddit and Quora is basically where I go to ask questions. That's all it really is. It's literally, I have questions. I want to ask questions. I can create, if I could create a post and I go, for instance, looking for junk removal, whatever. Oh, excuse me, is, how to do marketing. You can look up anything you want in the search bar, but it sends a lot of traffic. And when something starts going viral, it really starts picking up. And they also do ads as well on the side. You can advertise as it says here, and they're not as expensive as Google. Okay.
Mhm.
They're not as expensive, in my opinion, as Facebook. But as you can see already, they're popping up on this page. Then over here, you got, of course, this is going to be Junk King. They got a video. This is on First Coast News's channel. You're not going to be able to get on that, mainly because it's, you know, a news organization. But what you need to understand is the process. This is why I tell you guys it's really important to get in your local news and in your community, and to be seen in your community and get sponsored. Sponsor events. $100 here, $200 there goes a long way. College Hunk down here, Junk King down here, and then Junk Luggers is here in Marietta. Then we do sponsored, right? So we always, and it varies. I can go to another location and go, let's go Miami, Florida, and let's just see what, you know, is down up in Miami and see, okay, you're in Miami, what's it there? So on 800 got Junk King, of course. He's sponsored, he's running an LSA ad. Load Up is here. Bears Junk, Dirty Boys is there. 1-800 got Junk there. College Hunk there. What do you know? Yelp again.
Yes.
So there's a reason why Mr. Yee keeps telling you guys to use Yelp, because
Mhm.
consistently from city to city I've looked at, it's always showing Yelp, usually number one or number two. And then you'll see down here, usually, what has it got again? Reddit and more videos. We can go to another city and do the same thing over. We choose, let's go to Los Angeles. And I always look at, like I told you guys, I look at the top 3 people. What are they doing? Got Andrew here with his Jedi junk finally popping up. Dirty Deeds. Oh, Deeds, Dirty Deeds. What's up, Lucas? Lucas is a client of ours. We just started with Lucas. So
Mhm.
we're about to go for these 2 chumps.
Mhm. It's the takeover, and that's exactly why they reach out to us, because it's the takeover, and you want to be dominant. Deal with the company who will make you dominant and does make you dominant, not that watered down crap or these other people. Now you guys are probably feeling the other guys probably reaching out to you guys now, and emailing you guys now, and messaging you guys now, like maybe they haven't did that before because they put you on the back burner, but they're probably reaching out to you guys now,
Because
and
they're
because
feeling the pinch.
they're feeling a pinch, and they're filling the new faces in junk removal, and you're looking at them. It's the
So,
takeover.
for instance, a lot of guys, a lot of you will say, well, I ain't got 100. You know, let's say if it was Dirty D's when he first came to me, because we're actually doing 2 locations for him.
Pootie
Um,
Tang, Dirty D's.
he actually, so he came with us to Los Angeles. Now we're doing another one, but maybe he would have been a client and said, well, I ain't got 200 reviews like Jedi, or I ain't got 100 plus like Precise. And most of you guys think it's all about reviews. He's got like a third of what they have, and
Hmm.
he's still beating them. Why? Because the content and the
He's
structure
ranking.
and the proper, team behind them. Like I always say, teamwork makes a dream work. It may sound corny, but it's true as shit. Uh,
Absolutely.
1-800 got junk, of course. Then what do you know? Fucking Yelp again. Yelp again. Oh my God. So we got one. So two, let's say if I was advertised on Yelp now I've been featured here. I've been featured here. Then you got TaskRabbit. So I go, okay, maybe let me look at TaskRabbit. I've never
and,
used
and
TaskRabbit.
and William, how many people have you heard? I know I've heard numerous people shitting on Yelp.
Constantly,
See,
constantly. And half the time is they just don't know what the hell they're talking about.
or
Um,
guess what? Or the other problem, they're cheap,
yeah, and
and
generally you ain't. I can understand. I'd rather someone say, "Well, I ain't got the money for it,"
yeah.
than to tell me, "Well, Yelp's no good." Come on now, that's like saying I mean, you might say 1-800 got junk ain't no good, but the fact is they're doing something right.
They do. They were
Well,
just
it's
in my
something, right?
neighborhood the other day. They were just in my neighborhood the other day, a couple houses away. I can't get mad at them. It's just, you know what I mean? What are you going to do?
Like in
People.
this case, for instance, why would I want to be on TaskRabbit? Because they're advertising and they're ranking. So why not go ahead and sign up on them and get on their channel, because they are literally advertising for you and putting it there. Let's say then you got Junk King, then you got Reddit again.
See, so I hope you guys are soaking this up and writing these notes down where to put content at. And this is the show that you guys get all the secrets at.
And so, for example, like with Reddit, what can I do? What would I do here? This is an archive post, but let's say you can't comment on it because it's archive.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things I like about Reddit is they got upvotes, these little click up and downs. You can upvote things. The more upvote you have, the more authority. But you see, like this guy, what he did, he answered it and then he put a backlink. This is literally a backlink, and you can save it, you can report it. And a lot of people will say, for instance, well, they're not do follow. You can go and see, are these do follow? Does it matter? Does it matter if they're do follow or not? There's the backlink right here. It's about this post, but does it actually matter if it's a backlink? I mean, is it do follow, no follow? No follow means supposedly it doesn't really help you. That's not true. Follow and do follow both help you.
The
You
more
know,
you post, it will help you because you're keeping the algorithm up and they're seeing it. Nobody, if somebody doesn't like it, it doesn't mean that Google doesn't like it. And they keep on seeing it.
well, they'll SEOs will tell you, for example, that when they're no follow, it means they don't pass any juice authority. But however, Reddit tracks the links and the behavioral signals that it's sent into it. And basically anything that's no follow, basically, SEOs will say doesn't pass any link equity or authority to a website, so people can't spam it and all that. But the fact is that that's not why we're doing it, and it does help you because it's sending behavioral signals. Behavioral signals meaning, okay, if I posted something about this and a bunch of people are talking about junk removal in LA and they're mentioning my brand, that's called
Mhm.
brand awareness, and that does help you. So
Yes,
what we
yes.
want to look at is, we like on once again on here, what do you see here? Another YouTube video.
Hmm.
So I want to look, depending on your area. I don't want to just assume, according to what SEOs say, that this is what I should be doing. What is the top competition? Then I will also go into SEMrush and I'll take my top competitor and I'll say, okay, these are the guys in the top three. Let me look at their backlinks. What backlinks are they doing? And then I will then take that and then I will go get a VA. If you don't have a VA, we have them, and say, I just want you to take all these backlinks and do outreach and create these same backlinks for me.
And that's all traffic right there. That's the whole thing about traffic and being in that SEO traffic is that everybody is seeing you and the authority is so powerful that your brand is everywhere. Your brand is just everywhere. But SEO is, it's long term. So you guys have to be ready for that. You know what I mean?
As I said, like I have clients where everybody will get in the top three. Literally every client, but the one brand new one we just signed on is not in the top three.
it's
Okay.
okay.
Then other ones, okay, we'll have them in a 9x9 radius, which basically, let's say 7-mile radius. And other ones I have in a 30-mile radius. Huge, right?
Huge.
Um, and some of those guys, we've only had the one, like, Kales, for example. He's been
Okay.
with us for like 15 days
Yeah.
and he's already in a like 30-mile radius. So it's like, what do you want to keep? Let's keep pushing out further. Yes. Okay. And then other guys, you do them in months it takes to get there. And a lot of that has to do with, are you doing videos? How long is your GMB been around? And all affects it. But we still guarantee we can get people in the top three regardless. It's just a matter of how fast.
And
Um,
I think that goes by having your constancy posting, and giving it time to collect
Mm,
data and do what it's supposed to do. So if you guys would have started a long time ago and posting and posting and posting and updating, you're going to have all this data, and that's what's really
yeah.
going to help you.
And I even tell them, it's like, for instance, maybe you're not, if you will, you think I like being on camera, or Mr. Yee likes me on camera. I don't want to be on the camera. I'd rather be by myself, that sort of thing. I'm actually an introvert. I'm not extroverted. But what I would tell you, or I don't have a VA to do my captions, or I don't have this. You have all these excuses. What you need to start doing is just doing it. I ain't got the money, do it. You got a phone, I guarantee you. If you got a phone, just start recording and uploading. Record it and upload it. And then once you actually have money, then you can hire a VA to actually do all of it, and then handle the social media management, the video editing, and all that. And they can do it. Or you can keep doing it. Maybe you enjoy it. But the point is, start doing it. Like, if you ever watch Gary Vaynerchuk, when he first started doing it, he looked like he was in a damn terrorist interrogation camp or something, sitting with just a plastic table, stupid, nasty looking camera and stuff. Then, for instance, it didn't start that way. Like my mentor, he started, it was kind of the same way. Now, one of his cameras is a 21 camera that he's got like 4 or 5 of them. One of them costs 20 grand.
Well,
Okay.
a lot of us out here, in California, in the United States, you know what I mean? We love our iPhones, and these iPhones
Yeah.
are getting more and more and more better to film in low light. That's why a GoPro is so good, and a DJI Pocket is so good because they
Yeah, we
film.
literally we bought one. I seen that my old business partner, he had one, and then I went and bought one, and then I
Yeah,
bought another one.
with the
So
gimbal.
yeah, and we got two of them. So we
Yeah.
have one at the house, and or with a team, and then we got one here. And
Mm-hmm.
then I used to buy, I had bought two GoPros for my kids and say, hey, go start vlogging and
Yeah.
stuff. I have another channel called Keeping Up with the Joneses, or
Keeping up with.
whenever we used to go, whenever we used to go traveling, we would let them vlog and stuff with whale sharks and
some
different things.
real some real oh, in that is that the Filipino coral reef?
Coral Reef, yeah. First time I ever seen Coral Reef was over here. It's gorgeous.
We have we in San Francisco, we have the Exploratorium and
Mm,
Academy of Science, and they have an exhibit of the Filipino coral reef,
it's
and it's
gorgeous.
beautiful with the stingrays and everything, and it's just beautiful.
It's like on our, I mean, imagine this. You kind of got to be careful. Y'all probably deal with it in Cali, but if you're on the beach over near our house, you have to be careful when you walk out on the rocks, because
Oh yeah.
we have lionfish.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not just the, if you will, I forget what they call them, with the little stingers on them, but
Scorpion
um,
fish, lionfish, rockfish.
lionfish, rockfish, all that. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, you
Um,
step on that.
Not even the jellyfish. The jellyfish are, you're going to get sting by it, but whatever. The
hmm
one you gotta watch out with lionfish and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, so we'll do that on that, and that's just a way where we're going out and vlogging and stuff. But it's not like I go, I don't like being in front of the camera. It's something that I just kind of did.
I, as a junk, as a let me touch base on it. As a junk removal business owner, we have to get over that hump. You have to be in front of that camera. You should be the face of your business. And that's just it. If you're not comfortable being the face of your business, you know what I mean? Shout out to Low Runners, Vince. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't want to be the face of your business, they do good content showing what they do. They do good content showing their vehicles, showing their brand, showing what they do. That's good content also. And you could do a talk over, but you have to be willing to learn how to do this. And, being you are your brand. That's just it. You want to build that trust up with people where people trust you because they keep on seeing your face, your
Yep.
voice.
And that's the difference between, let's say, so what would separate me across from everybody else is, like, there's only two SEOs I could tell you of that I know do over the shoulder. Let me show you how to do something and
hmm
actually do it. or
Yeah.
advise you, or how do I think when I'm looking at something, me and then Chris. But it's the same thing. So when you're going live and you're doing trainings or you're answering questions, people go, well, you either going to like this person or not like them,
Yeah.
or maybe you don't like them at the beginning and then you kind of warm up to them,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. One of the ways of getting clients to know who you are and you know who they are is by doing lives and YouTube videos and stuff of that nature. Then people get to kind of know you and know if I want to work with you and that sort of thing. So
And community contact, community projects. When you guys are working with your local businesses in your area, it is here's I'm gonna give you guys a little tip of the day right here. It's a little tip of the day for these guys. I'm gonna give you guys a tip of the day because there's so many things that you guys could do with all the local businesses around your area. Just because they don't want to hire you doesn't mean they don't need help. I challenge you guys, go to every local business in your area and say, hey, I want to help you get rid of your junk. But you know what? You don't got to pay me. But it can't be I'm not going to do a full clean out, but you don't got to pay me. All you got to do is let me take a picture with you, with my business, with your business. And if you could tag me on your social media platforms, if you can give me a Google review, hey, No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal came and cleared out my back room and two local businesses working with each other. That shows everybody trust trust, and then you get them to post for you on their social platform, all their social platforms, and then you tell them to give you a Google review, and
yep.
and by you winning over them right there, I guarantee you the next time they call you, they're going to pay you. But you're getting so much community contact right there. And a lot of us have to put our pride to the side and say, hey, what's going to bring in more business? How am I going to get more commercial accounts? And how am I going to get seen better to the public and be trusted than local businesses working with each other?
Yeah, and
Tip
it's
of the
like
day.
whenever I have people ask me, for example, how do I get started in SEO, when they're just starting out, it's like most people assume that because I am where we are now, I told them, said that you've never done any of that sort of thing. I said, we used to pull stuff out of the trash cans, out of the trash bins at the dumpsters and flip it. We used to go to, storage units and do bidding. And I used to go to auctions and win stuff and then turn around and flip it, do garage sales, go to flea markets. And but then besides that, I used to give away free stuff all the time, free SEO, free web design. Why? Just to get testimonials. Hey, I'll do a free SEO audit for you. I did one for one of Andrew's guys. He sent to me. No one could get him ranked. I got him ranked. It was old Viking, I believe, and got
Mhm.
him ranked and dominated the area. What did I do it for? I just needed a video testimonial. That's all I want.
Me,
That sort of thing.
me with you guys seen on my YouTube channel right here. You guys seen one of my shorts the other day after my community garage sale. I gave everything away after that. I got over 5,000 views on that, over 200 likes on that. So guess who's seen all that? Google. Guess who's seen all these people liking it? Guess who people seen all this interaction with comments? But it's just when you guys do things like that, so much people see you guys, and you'll be surprised. Somebody might say, hey, I want that guy to come into my house and do my junk stuff, or my sister's house or my daughter's house or something. That's what it's all about, is a brand awareness and letting people see your brand. And you guys have to get over that hump of I don't want to show my face, because right now we're entering the right now we're entering a little bit of the slow season. I don't care what
Mm.
any junk removal guy says right now. We are seeing a little piece of it right now, especially the back to school hump. Everybody's going back to school. People paid a lot of money for clothes. People paid a lot of money for the sports with the kids. You guys are seeing a little bit of it right now. Telling you guys.
It's kind of reason why I say a lot of people just focus on Google reviews. And if you look in the bottom of your GMB on maps, you'll say where you're getting reviews from. So why are you only focusing on Google reviews? Why aren't you doing Trustpilot? Why aren't you doing Facebook reviews? Why aren't you doing all these other reviews? Because Google pulls signals from all of those channels, and you're only focused on Google reviews. It's kind of stupid. It's
And
like, what if your GMB goes down? You're
what
really
if What if your GMB goes down and we all been there? Remember, remember they took away our Google reviews earlier this year, and everybody was crying. Oh my God, I lost 60 reviews overnight.
Yep.
But what if you
Happens.
had another 100 reviews over there on Facebook or on Nextdoor?
It's
Or
think of it as a review as someone not only voting for you and saying you're really good, but it's also people talking about your brand. And the more there's something that Google would call, it's called EEAT. So there's, if you will, 4 factors in EEAT. Experience, what is the client's experience with you? Or what is your experience? What is your expertise? What's your authoritativeness, and what's your trustworthiness? So the more reviews you have, the more experience you're showing clients have, the more trustworthy you're showing clients have with you. Then the next thing you need to feature, like, and this is why we do so much content on our websites, 1 million words of content. And we whoop, I mean, like I especially today, we whoop Junk King's ass, was because we show so much content. We're showing our expertise and our authoritativeness. So, and that's another reason why you want to do backlinks too, because it builds up your authority. Right backlinks, not just any backlink, right
so
backlinks.
so so William, give the people out there a kind of an easy way to do a backlink in case
So what
they
I
wanted to know.
normally do, let's say, let's say, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. And most of you are not going to have these tools. So SEMrush, it would be one of the tools. So SEMrush is essentially a SEO tool where I can look at everyone's backlinks. And this is how I found certain people's, who built certain people's websites. Put it that way. Um, and then here's all you do. It's, let's say my top competitor, let's just go junk removal. Let's say it was Precise Junk Removal, this guy, and it's Jedi Junk. Let's go Jedi Junk. I feel like doing it.
Let's go Jedi junk removal.
So Mr. Andrew, this is his old business,
I was going to say
right?
it's not his business anymore.
What people don't understand, a lot of SEOs will tell you use the UTM. A UTM is so when someone clicks on this link, they know where the traffic came from. That's kind of smart, but it's also kind of dumb. Mainly being because when I have your UTM, I know who's talking about you, what keywords, everything that is being used to rank that specific GMB. And if I just take it, I can take that URL link, and all I do is drop it in here. It will give me the traffic, the keywords that you're ranking for, what's the traffic been looking like, how many backlinks, you have a good authority score. So, like, the reason why he has a Wix site and it can rank is backlinks. Look at it. What's the authority score? But the traffic, everybody say, well, it's only 365 in traffic. Yeah, you're not going to get a shit ton of traffic when it's, junk removal in a specific city. Okay. Then I look down here. This is what I'm showing. How much of his traffic is branded? 73%. Most people, when they go look for him or finding him, are using various terms of Jedi junk. All right. So let's go over to what type of what, if you will, his top competitors is one of my clients, which is Dirty Deeds. And we're already in the top 3 there. So I know, Lucas, you're going to love that. But let's say we go over to backlinks. So if I want to see what backlinks I should get, I click on backlinks. I can do this 1 or 2 ways. I'm going to do it both ways, but I export them, and then I put this into a Google Drive folder, and I can organize it. And then I literally have every single one of I have my VAs start building backlinks on all of these. This is a snippet, which is an interesting one. This one right here, and I'll look at them. Interesting. Minimum text, code snippet hosting. I just kind of try to see when I'm looking at it, when I entered it in, what am I looking at? What he's on Pinterest. This is a podcast. So all his good ones, all his good backlinks. This is Behance. This is something I can create. This is another one I can create. So what I do is I go and I recreate all these. So what do I do now? I go, let me just trim this down to referring domain names, so I don't have a ton of them. Then I export all this as an Excel file, and I'll go Google Drive, and then I will upload. And I'll go, let's see, file upload, downloads, and I will import this into my Google Drive. And then what I will do, I'm very particular in organizing things. So, and my team knows this. So I will always color code stuff. I will always do like, I want to know, you know, this is your domain name score and all these backlinks. I'm not really, I could organize this and say, for example, I want this data. I want it, if you will, sorted. I want the seat short, this sorted from, if you will, in this case, I want it from the highest score to the lowest type of a deal. It's not really necessary, but what I would always tell my staff, they know this, is I always want to go after the ones with a higher authority first. I don't want to go after just any random stupid crap. Best Buy directory, all these things. And then I will put in here, I remove all of this. I don't need this. I don't need none of this stuff right here. And just delete the columns. What's the domain name score? And I'll say, is it paid or no? And then say outreach obtained. And then I'll go live link. And so for example, I will enter in, and let's just click organize this whole thing so you can kind of see it. And he's got a bunch of them, but like this is sexy. You've seen some of this stuff. It's not all good. We don't want everything. Some of it's going to be good and some of it's going to be trash. Insert, and we'll go checkbox, enter in checkbox. Then whenever the link's live, if we get it, we put it here. So is it paid? We don't want paid links. Sometimes you may want them, sometimes you don't, but we want to organize, as much as we can. We want all of this organized. Shell sheet. We don't want the zeros, obviously. We want everything that is the higher numbers. So I would generally speaking, with the highest numbers first, and then you sort it. But you want to go after those big numbers first. They're all the way down here. So all these, like Pinterest, I want to make sure I got a Pinterest link. I want to make sure I got a Yahoo link. I want to see if I probably am not going to be able to get on his Sack Junk because probably it's a friend of his. But can I get on Spotify? Yes. Can I get on this one? Yes. Can I get on this one? Probably not. But a lot of these I can get on.
So William, so you can add those backlinks after you go through them and edit them, and then you would add it to someone else's, right?
Yeah, and so all I literally got to do is go, for example, let's just say I know he's got a Wix site set up. So I can create a Wix site. A Wix site, this is separate from his main site. And I can go create, if you will, any one of these directory sites, like directory link up. Let's see what this is about. Hopefully it's not like a hookup site or some craziness. But you can get on. You know how many crap I've seen, but
yeah,
I can get listed on this site. Like it has his link here. I can hit add my link. This is where it's like, do I really want this link if it's showing me this? Probably not. But proceed to this portal and create the link. This is a 2. That's what it says, a low level link. It's not going to be one I wind up wanting. But let me put this back in. What you really want to go for is going to be the higher level links, which is going to be like all the, anything that's above 20 is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not above 20, I'm not messing with it. Like Yellow Pages, I want it. Obviously. Some of these like up here I want. I'm gonna go in here and get as many of these as I can. He's also listed in like google.co.india, Indonesia. Why? I don't know. But I don't need to know because this is one you definitely don't want. You don't want escorts. So these are ones like you'll have a lot of trash links. So what I want to find out is which links does he have, and then I'll do the same thing with the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
Uh, Directory for websites, all these low level ones, I really could care less for. The ones that I want are going to be like all of these high level ones.
So all the high level ones, William, what about for the average person who does not have this software? Does not, you're probably speaking Korean to them right now.
You can get a free trial version. So let's go. We can go to, for example, on software. I mean, just if I'm a normal person, what I do software like SEMrush that I don't have to pay for. Does it exist? All right. So this is a beautiful thing about Google AI. I mean, the AI overview. Fury tools that feature SEMrush includes Ahrefs, Webmaster Tools, Backlink, Screaming Frog. There's a bunch of them, and it tells you, you know, what to use. Google Search Console, Uber Suggest, SEO Power Suite, which is the one that I use and our team uses, which is this one right here. So whenever I first started with SEO, there are benefits to having the paid version versus the unpaid version, right? For rankings, for example, when I first started, I would do the ranking report and I would take a screenshot, bro. And if you got the paid version, you could download the report, send it to your clients, white label it, all that stuff. But when you're first starting out, I download the free version. You download the free version, and all you got to do is get the backlinks report, this one right here, right? The tools. This is going to be it's going to be your link assistant, which helps you build out links. And then the next one that I use a lot is your SEO Spyglass. This is the one I want. There's three that I really care for. This link assistant, it's all right, but I don't really do backlinks that way. Rank Tracker, Website Auditor, and Spyglass. Spyglass enables me to look at anyone and everyone's SEO backlinks. And then the good thing about it is it also has tutorials in here, tells you how to use it and everything. And you can see what type of backlinks they have, where they're coming from, what their anchor text is, what keywords they're using, all that stuff, the domain name authority. And then I go in and all I do is look at my top 3 people. I put all of their backlinks, one on one tab, one on another, one on another. And then I simply go in, outreach or have my VA outreach to get those backlinks.
Nice. So I'm glad William broke it down like that for you guys, because I wanted to show you guys, for a guy like me who's just a Mr. Yeeeee, an average guy, William was just speaking Korean to me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I had no idea what he was talking about. So when you guys hear it from these people and they say, "Oh, you can do backlinks yourself, and you could add these backlinks, and you could put this backlinks into your website, and this and that, and you can just go there and then add a backlink over here." Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Why don't you show us how you guys did it? Do a video of how you guys broke down a backlink and how you added a backlink to your website, because you're the pros and you guys know so much and you guys say it's so easy. Why don't we, you know what I mean? Hopefully you guys, some people are watching and they say, "Let us show you how easy it is to do a backlink." Because I was just like trying to find the best noodle in spaghetti right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just had someone send me a loom. He wants me to do he wants me to watch it and answer it. And I get this question a lot. So, can we rank a service area based business? Address is hidden. So, the number one ranking factor is proximity. And when you've gotten rid of your proximity, you've gotten rid of the number one ranking factor.
Yeah.
So, can you? Well, I mean, you could probably, and we've ranked people before that have, if you will, no, they have no, they have no address shown or anything of that nature. But the thing is, you're making it harder
Oh,
on yourself. Um,
yes.
and so what you need to do is we're trying to go and we're trying not to make it harder on ourselves, right? When you
Mhm.
have no address shown, the other thing is this: there's one consistent factor that all brands have. All
Their
brands,
their map, their pin.
they all have an address shown.
Hmm.
Every brand, if I say Sears, if I say Walmart, if I say Nike, if I say any of these things, they have warehouses, they have addresses, they have a brand. If I say some off the wall person, I don't know, just anybody, and you don't have an address, here's the immediate thing that comes up with the buyer. Can I trust them?
Hmm.
So if you think that way, how do you think Google's thinking when it comes to trust? So when you have your address hidden, you've already basically, can I get here on crutches? Yeah, it's going to take you a lot longer probably unless you're with the right person. I've ranked service area based businesses. Our team has ranked them still. This takes a little bit more push and some more juice, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, but other guys where if I go, give me a GMB that's I'm just going to give you an example. Los Angeles, Los Angeles junk removal, right? And people will say you can't do that. Yeah, you can as long as you have the DBA licenses in that name. And then let's say my website is losangelesjunkremoval.com. And then everything I'm doing is Los Angeles junk removal, and Los Angeles junk removal address has Los Angeles in it. Who do you think is going to dominate Los Angeles?
Hmm.
Google's going to say that person, obviously, and I've done it repetitively. Even though SEOs will tell you exact domain name matches don't matter anymore, they do too. Otherwise, these guys name cheap, and if you will, domain name providers wouldn't be selling them for anywhere from a couple of $100, thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
one domain name, I remember when Donald Trump used to say "lock her up." Remember that when he first came out?
Hmm.
If you love them or hate them, here's one for you. That domain name went for about 50 grand.
Hmm.
So that's an EDM. And people buy those EDMs and then they can rank for whatever they're trying to sell. And then you're building a brand. But so to
Yeah.
answer that guy's question, Jeremy, that's the main thing is you can get them ranked still. It's just harder. Now, if you don't have your address shown, do I recommend showing your address? Yes. However, make sure certain things are done first because it's likely going to get suspended and need re-verification. If you need re-verification, it doesn't mean just because you supply them what they're asked for that they're going to put it back up there. Okay, they're going to ask for, I want to see a sign, permanent signage on your outside of your building, you going into the building, show your actual facility, show your actual staff, all that stuff. If you don't have any of that, you should probably leave it the hell alone and set up another GMB with the address shown.
I think a lot of junk removal businesses out there are really afraid to deal with Google when it comes to that, and they think that it's like they have to go through so many obstacles, but you really don't. You're listening to the wrong people, and the wrong people are trying to take so much money away from you to say I can get you verified again when it's
No,
actually
it's
easy.
hard. It's hard sometimes depending on the niche. It's like if you're not physically there, it's going to be hard. So as long as you got an address, it's easy for you to
And
do it.
that's what I was going to say. That's the main thing because I wasn't verified for 1 year. For one whole year, I wasn't verified, and I thought I knew everything, my address taken off, everything, but I didn't even have a pin. But
It's
I
like,
was getting so many jobs, so many other places, and I thought I was ranking high still on Google, but I wasn't.
yeah,
But when I did decide to notify Google and send them an email, it was easy as 1, 2, 3 for me.
yeah,
1, 2, 3 for me because the processes have changed. They did a video call with me. They
I
wanted
think
to
they've made it's easy for legit business owners, and it's harder for guys that we used to spam and
yeah,
do black hat and
yeah.
non-real GMBs. Where
Hmm.
when people, what do you mean non-real GMBs? Well, I mean, let's say I come in Los Angeles and I set up about 20 different locations, 20 different GMBs, and I'm not even in California,
We
and
have a
I'm just
problem.
setting up to sell leads. So
We have a question right here. We have a question right there. You want to answer that, William?
So can you put multiple businesses on the same address as long as they're in different niches? In other words, I'm not going to put a junk removal business in like two or three junk removal businesses, or even in the same category or near the same category or associated same category. Dumpster business, storage yard, physical signs. No, I would not. It's the same niche or approximate niche. Let's say it was, I'm just giving you an example. One's a web design company and one's a dumpster rental business. Sure, go for it. No problem. You can go suite number one, suite number two. Even if you ain't got a suite, just put it up there. Suite one, suite two.
Or maybe, or maybe you want to maybe you want to put your dumpster business in a family's name with a different name and start over. Maybe that could help you too. A sister company. Who
Jump
knows?
squad.
Junk Squad, what's happening? What's happening to Cisco's out there? We got some people tuned in, and you guys come up with your questions because we're gonna be on here for a little bit more while for you guys. But ask your questions about any type of questions you have from junk removal to SEO. This show right here gives you the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? You're getting SEO, website, everything VA questions right here. Then on this side, the junk removal aspects. I give you my game that I give everybody all the time. I don't give you guys that watered down cookie cutter content that I just keep on spitting out. My content is, you know what I mean, real deal. And it's unscripted. I don't take notes. I don't have you know what I'm saying? It's just I keep it real and like my guy William says, direct. You
Very, keep
know,
it direct and blunt. A lot of people can't stand direct. And I tell them, you might not be able to stand our directness, but I can't stand your sugar coated shit either. So
Yeah, that's part of business. You're gonna learn who's real, who's not, and
yeah, I mean, and the people will say, "Well, you shouldn't be that way." And I tell them it was funny because I could talk to you because you're a Christian and stuff. A lot of people that are listen, I know y'all are Christians and stuff. But well, Jesus would have never done that. So which Jesus are you talking about? Because this same Jesus that you talk about, I remember telling like the Pharisees and stuff. He said, "Y'all are whitewashed tombs, but you're full of dead men's bones." And he's the same guy that also went into the temple and flipped over tables. So
yes,
there's a time to be direct, and there's a time to not be as direct. So there are different
yeah.
people I'm dealing with that I'll talk in a different way. So, but you want someone that's going to tell you, like Mr. Yee, this is what works, versus telling you, hey, don't use Yelp. Well, meanwhile, this person's probably using Yelp. This doesn't want you using it too.
And I'm the one who's going to bring it to you guys because I'm gonna do Google ads. I'm gonna do everything, but I'm gonna show you guys that I'm not afraid to show it, and it is what it is. We got one more right here from a Junk Squad right here. What do you say right there? Do you think you could rate a dumpster company in the top three within?
Yes,
Yes, that was
yes, it's
that was.
easy. We
Oh,
so Junk Squad, we do a guarantee top three in Google Maps guaranteed. Or, and I know everybody says, well,
guaranteed.
every SEO does that. Yes, every SEO will say they can do it. However, not every SEO goes, and if we don't, we give you a full refund or we pause your billing and work for free until we do. So that's the biggest difference. And all other junk removal clients, I've pulled every single one of them. You can ask me every single one of them out of 100. So out of 600 something of them, there's only maybe 10% that are in the top three. Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. And that's a
Okay.
big
So,
baby. We got another question from Load Runners out of SoCal right here. It says, would buying a domain using keyword we want to rank for be beneficial? Hit
yes.
them.
So like with me, for example, I have another one that I'm ranking for right now, which is junk removal SEO. We're going after, and I'm not going to tell you the full domain name, but we're ranking for it. And we're already in page 1 on Yahoo and Bing, and then some in Google, and the site's not even a month old.
That's right. We got one more right here from Junk Squad. When you say top three, how far is the
I'll show
area
you.
at?
I'll show
Uh-oh.
you.
Uh-oh. See, that's what we do. We bring you guys proof and we bring it up, voila, just like that, live and direct. We don't go to other people or bring other people onto the show. We are the show. You know what I'm saying? And this is live and direct contact where no more
I'm
cookie
gonna,
cutter.
I'm gonna. So you're junk squad removal, and
Yeah, Junk Squad.
you're in here. I'm gonna assume you're cool with it. So I'm gonna pull your domain. I'm gonna pull your GMB and everything. Okay.
And Junk
Junk
Squad, right now,
Squad.
this is going to help you out so much right now by him doing this for you. You're going to see it, and everybody else is going to see you ain't playing in the game.
And I believe you're in LA, right, Junk Squad? I'm gonna say you're in LA. Is what I'm gonna go for.
I thought he was like down south. I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought he was.
LA Junk Squad, because there's a bunch of them. So
Well,
just
he's
tell me
junk.
where.
He's Junk Squad removal. So
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up. Junk Squad
from the Bay to L.A. Hello.
removal. Let's just say, let's say Junk Squad. So you got LA Junk
He
Squad
said
removal.
Florida. He said Florida.
You're in Florida.
Oh, they're selling a lot
You're
of
not
dump.
in LA.
They're selling a lot
So
of
the
trucks out
one
there.
over in that one's not in Florida.
I was
Let's see.
gonna buy another house in Florida, but I said, "Man, you guys don't even got hurricane insurance and all this type of stuff. Are you kidding me?"
I got the Junk Squad, which is down in let me see, that's your logo. I could find you. It's not you. Junk Squad removal and dumpster. There you are,
There
buddy. I
you
got you. You got your
bingo.
address hidden. That's your number one
Oh,
problem.
oh, oh. We got a red
See it
flag
all.
right there.
So let me do a live screen share on this and
So,
we'll kind of
so,
show you.
Junk Squad, you definitely have to work on that. You know what I mean? Address situation because you're missing out on so much business. You'd be
So we got
surprised.
this guy right here, which is Junk Squad Removal and Dumpster Rentals. And you specifically are asking me about dumpster. This is your CID or your code over here. I use a tool called Plepper. It's free to get all this. And as you can see, like this guy, he's got junk removal service, service establishment, garbage collection. I would never put garbage collection in it. But I'll
He
tell you
he's
why once I look at all of it.
he said AA Dumpsters Inc. uses the address.
Yeah. Of course they're going to use the address. But so let's go like this. We're going to use this. This is your CID. And let's just say, and this is why I said it all depends on the service area based business. I've ranked service area based businesses before, but it's not ideal. I'm probably going to have to get some credits before I do this real quick. Let me get some credits and then I'll run these reports because this stuff cost me.
So let me talk to Junk Squad real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So Junk Squad, why does your competitors use you say they use your address and they're both your competitors? You know, what's going on with that right there?
Yeah, why are they using your address? That's my curiosity.
Yeah, the math's not mathing, but let us know so we can help you. And
Only way I can help you is by knowing that sort of thing. So,
are you
uh,
already working with him, William? Has he reached
no,
out to
not
you?
yet. Mm-mm. And
Make
I'll
that
probably have
call.
to answer this guy in a second because someone's writing me probably a delivery. But let's go back and I'm gonna add in some credits so you guys could kind of see this shit's not free. So you go, I have to go get more credits. I'm down to 224 because I do so
Okay.
many.
So
I
he
do
said the Dumpster Inc. and the Junk Squad Removal are both his companies.
awesome, perfect.
Beautiful. That's
So
yay.
I have to get
Double
these
the
credits.
paycheck. Double paychecks, bigger banks, bigger profits. You come on the show, we give you business growth, SEO hacks, and big profits. That's what we believe in.
And let me get, I'm almost done and then I will.
What type of equipment do you use, Junk Squad, for your junk removal business? Are you using the mobile dumpsters, or a roll off, or a, uh, a, a a Max D?
All right, I'm going to reshare the tab now that I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Mr. Junk Squad. Let's get your CID over here. And we go back in local dominator and we put it in and search for it. And I kind of show you what I look at. So most of the guys, let's say for example, this is where you're actually located at.
Very.
And most people would say, for example, this is where you're actually at, which is in Miami Gardens, but you want to rank in Miami. And I tell people, I say, well, you're not in Miami. You're actually near Hollywood. You're in Miami Gardens. So you're also near Haley. You're in between all these. Most SEOs are going to start out with what we call a 9x9, which is just this. This is, if you can't do this, you can't even probably kiss your own mama.
I think he said that's not us.
That's not you. Let's make sure, because it has your
I remember you. I remember before Hollywood. Isn't Titan over there too a little bit? Isn't
so let me
Titan?
go back and see. You say A Dumpsters Inc. are both you. So I
A
was
A A A A
okay.
A. It's
So
A Dumpsters Inc.
the Junk Squad is not my business. Junk Squad Removal and Dumpster Rentals. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm on. Junk Squad Removal and Dumpster Rentals. That's you.
Okay, there you go. My boy's putting a
This
dent
one.
over there. He putting a dent in the game. He got a hook lift. He got probably a 54-inch or a
So
34
that
inch.
is definitely you. JunkSquadRemoval.com. Just confirm that that's you, right?
Junk
Junk Squad
Squad.
Removal and Dumpster Rentals.
Junk Squad.
That's your logo that you're using on your profile. So I'm pretty sure it is. But let's go ahead and go. So
He
this is
said
accurate.
correct.
Yeah, this is where you're at. So the first thing I want to do, I don't go after this long ass keyword. I go after junk removal. Let me fix that junk removal. And I go after junk removal near me. So
He said, but on the map you were looking at the Junk Squad. So now we're looking at the correct
yeah,
one, right? We're on.
junk removal service. So
Ooh,
I
that
will
little
also type
glass.
in this. Once again, the keyword is junk removal service, which is your GMB category. Right. So which we pulled, as I can show you guys right here. I'm not
Mhm.
going after waste management or nothing like that. These are the keywords. I'm not going after junk removal Miami Lakes. So fucking easy to rank for. And SEOs will do that stuff, and then they'll be like, "Oh my god, I got you ranked in this huge area." No, you didn't, bitch. Okay, let's go. A 21 by 21. This 21 by 21 area is going to be what I ultimately want you at. Okay, what our minimum is this 13 by 13. That's my minimum, and that is enough. It's about a 25 to 30-minute drive from this point to this point, or this point to this point. Once I do about a 21, depending on the area, it can be a 40 to 45-minute drive. So we dominate. When we come and do this, we dominate. Then once I've got you here, let's say I got you there in 3 months. What's the next step, William? Well, do you want to go out further? And that's why I add in more. And I go, now I totally take over the whole fucking area.
He said the map is still showing the wrong.
Yeah, I know what he's saying, but I know what he's saying, because the thing is, you got to understand is this. This is what happens when you're a service area based business,
Yeah,
right?
see, yeah,
When you're
exactly.
a service area based business, you have no address.
You
And
have
you're
no
saying,
ranking.
that's not the right address. Well, that's what Google recognizes as where you're at.
And
So
you
what I'll do is I will run this and I will actually figure out where you're at by doing a couple of things. I'm running this big ass map and then going, okay, since you're a service area based business, let's find where in the world is Carmen San Diego.
Well, he said he's located in Fort Worth, Fort Lauderdale. Isn't that
That's
where
what
they?
he said.
Isn't that
We'll
where they
find
filmed?
out.
Isn't
We'll
that what?
find out real
Isn't
quick.
that where they filmed Lambda Lambda Lambda? and Adams, Revenge of the Nerds. Isn't that where they filmed that at? Nerd Camp. One of my favorite movies. You know what I'm saying?
So like he
Just
says, he's right here. There's the junk squad here. Then you got dump squad and junk removal right here. That's a different one. Then you got jump squad, junk removal. That's a different one. You got a different one.
so
That's
William, is the reason why we can't find him like that is because he has the service area
it's a
and
service
not.
area based business, and that's what happens all the time.
There
And
you
so
go,
what
Junk
happens
Squad.
is whenever I run this ranking report, I'll do basically what I like to call where in the world is Carmen San Diego. And so I'll run this big ass map, and then when I look at it, I can show you. It says it's already done. You're not even in the top 20. I personally wouldn't even take you on as a client personally, not without knowing where you're at. So this right here tells me right here. So you're ranking near this area, which is in Ives Estates. So right here, this if I pull this over this way, you'll probably start ranking in this area. So it actually tells me that your GMB. And why I say this is if your actual address when you created your GMB or your IP address was in this area, this is where you'll start seeing some movement. If I don't see any movement anywhere, you're not over here. So I will want it rerunning this and going, I can move the map.
So he said he said so then my dumpster company AA Dumpsters takes all the rankings. Is that true?
Well, I wouldn't be having it the same one in the same address. That's for damn sure.
Hmm.
Especially when it's in kind of basically the same niche. That's
Yeah, I
probably
don't.
part of
Yeah,
your problem.
yeah. That was a. I had the same problem when I was renting out a office space, and I tried to get my business at that office space, but that office space already had a
Uh-huh.
GMB. So they kept on turning me down. I was scratching my head. Finally, I gave up and just said, "I'll just have a service area."
Google basically ghosts you
Yep.
and they will choose who has the higher authority, especially when you're in the same niche. And you can say, well, one's dumpster rental, one's junk removal. So what do most junk removal or dumpster rental websites have on them? They have either dumpster or junk removal. So they're
Yeah.
basically the same niche. So, I mean, it's like
Hmm.
if you do that, you're kind of really setting yourself up
Red
for
flag. A red flag.
you have good reviews, you got 310. This is what I'm saying.
Nice.
If I find out where you're at, I can generally, even if you're a service area based business, so I have quite a few of them. I could still rank you. It's just gonna I won't do it in 3 months.
And if
Um,
you want to shoot William your address and he can see what he can do and just give you an audit, you can make that happen. It's you don't have to put it on here, but you can shoot
so
William a message right now.
this is our clients, and so I start up with 9 by 9, 13 by 13, 15 by 15, then 21 by 21. And this is what we do. We're getting them all in 21 by 21. And I run that ranking report every single week to figure out where you're at. So, yeah. And then I'll look at your website too. I could generally look at your website and tell you why you're not ranking. And most of the time it's because you ain't got enough content.
Hmm.
So this is only in a 4 mile radius, and you're barely even touching here. And this is where I'm going to say you're at. It's near Ives Estates.
He said he's what is that Broward County, Florida. Broward, like eyebrow, Broward.
The Junk Squad. I'm gonna look. I don't think. I'm telling you, I don't think that's the right one.
And if
Um,
anybody needs help like this, all you gotta do is reach out to
Junk
us
Squad
when we're
removal.
live and we're direct and we're doing this. You guys are getting free audits. You guys are getting free game, and this helps out a lot of people. But if you want to take it to the next step and you want to put that tweak, that juice on it, make that call that everybody does. Just execute
So,
execute order 66.
is your website junksquadremoval.com? I'm pretty sure it is, but
He said it's the junk squad removal and dumpster rentals.
the Junk Squad Removal and Dumpster Rentals. Yeah, that's what I have.
Man, see how we have to go through hula hoops just to see all this because someone, you know what I mean? It's so much easier if you just say, I just bit the bullet and I just put my address. I don't care. If you're using your house, honestly, no one's going to come to your house. You know what I mean? And I would just bite the bullet. You care more about your business, do it. Like the movie said, do it, do it, do
And
it.
this is, I mean, just for example, this is another reason why I would say do your due diligence too before,
Okay. There's
besides
nothing.
besides on top of having your address shown, how many people in your area have the same brand name?
I think
Junk
the pr-
Squad, Junk Squad, Junk Squad,
I think
all of
the
them.
problem, yeah, he has. You see, so like other people, you have the same name, so it's kind of the competition is already
This is the
there.
only one that I think even might remotely be you, and that's Junk Squad, and it has the little logo just like you have on yours. So this is going to be you right here. And so I go, and
So
I'm going to
I
go.
think the problem here with him, William, is that his address is that he may
Well, his
have a
address would resolve a lot of it.
well, he may have a code enforcement problem or a HOA or something. I think that he needs to, especially if you have maybe you have your trucks, your beautiful a hook lift truck, your Suzu. You may have to uh, detach yourself from those other guys or wherever you're sharing your yard at or whatever it is. You're going to have to bite the bullet and just. I would. You said it. He said it right here. He lives in an apartment. I would put my
That's why.
apartment address. I would just put my apartment address. I wouldn't even care. It's my house. I'm a service business. I go to people's homes. I do service at their homes. I would just, you know what I mean?
So I'm gonna
He
look up these right here. I'm gonna put
said
you
they
in this.
came.
This is where you're at, according to them. Your no address is available. This is where you're at. I'm gonna do a huge freaking map just to kind of where in the hell are you? Because you say you're near Fort Lauderdale, right?
Yes, but he says I share my yard with myself. Ha ha. Okay, beautiful, my brother. How come you're not using your yard address as your business? You don't have to have a banner. You can get a banner made. You can get a banner made for under $100 and have that posted up and do a video call with Google and show them your trucks, show them your license plate, show them your building, and then show them a PDF of a invoice that you send the customers with that address. That I'm trying to tell you, that's going to solve your problem right there.
You could say people can't use the apartment address, but people use apartment
Oh,
addresses all the time.
people use virtual addresses. People use Starbucks addresses. Oh my god! And they're verified. They have a PIN. I did it because when I first started my business, I looked up all the realtors by me, and guess what? I went to a bunch of Starbuckses
And
because
you
they had.
dumpsters. I'm gonna look at a dumpsters when we're done here, just so I could see. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're not in that area. You're not ranking at all. I mean, at all. So I kind of need to know where you're
Okay.
located at to even help you, because this is an entire area. You're nowhere. Now let's do the other one, which is the
Yeah,
one
the AA Dumpsters Inc.
because I have a feeling they're just snatching your.
Well, he owns both of them, so I think everything for him is out of the AA Dumpsters Inc. because that's where his map is. That's where his pin is. So that's where everything's at. And I think until he fixes that, or you're gonna have to work with William if he can help you out. But I think you're just gonna have to work with the
And that's kind of what I say. It's like reason why I don't automatically take a service area based business is I have to look at it. Are can I even find you? Are you anywhere they're snatching anything? It's my they're not snatching a dumpsters Inc. I just want to see it. So mate, they're snatch what he means as they're snatching your authority.
yeah.
Um, and so the other one's not going to rank. So the other one, yeah, you're in Fort Lauderdale. The other one, which let's look at this.
So the thing is right here is what he just said right here is I can't put the address of an apartment. It's on the 29th floor. It's impossible to take the verification video. When I got re-verified, I didn't have to take a 2-minute video or a 60-second video. I did a video call, and they were so patient with me. Everything. They didn't even ask me to walk in my door. They didn't even ask for that now. Now they're kind of easing up a little bit if they see it's a real business and you live in that area. So what I
So
would do, I would try again, but for a video call, not just do a video and send it in. Uh-uh. I would recommend a video and a video call. That way you tell them, hey, look up there. I live over in 29th floor. I'm gonna go through my elevator. They're not even gonna probably ask you for that. They're just gonna say, okay, that's where you live. You service everything. I go to people's houses. I service on call. They just want to see your equipment. They just want to see that you're you. I think that, when people don't try, they don't get really results. I think if he tried, he'll get better results if he just tried a little bit harder. That's all. Hopefully,
why do you want to rank the other one that's a service area based business if it's in the same niche, in the same area? You don't need to. Why I'm asking you. You don't have to.
hmm Kale's junk and trash and hauling's in the house. What's happening, Kale's baby? You know what I mean? He's seeing the magic of William. You know what I'm talking about?
So you're not even in the top 10, and you have your dumpster name, dumpster in the domain name, dumpster in the area. You got your address shown. This I could guarantee top 3 easy. And that is what this is where I would show you, for example, that is in the 15 by 15 area, but ultimately the 21 by 21 is where you take it to. And then after you're there, then we take it out even further. Obviously, you don't want to rank in all this freaking water.
Well, unless you got a canoe.
Yeah, that's why I spend all this time clicking it off. So, because
No,
this takes credits when we do this, guys. So,
yeah. Well, you see, Junk Squad, I recommend you work with William. If he can take you on and help you out, he can, but you got to make that call to Google. And I would request a video call, not send a video in, because a lot of times they're not even accepting videos anymore, but they will give you a call back. And I emailed them one day, and they sent me an email. We're going to call you on this day. And they called me, and they were so patient with me. Oh my God, they were so patient. And they didn't really ask for really nothing. They just said, show me your license plate, show me your work tools, show me, do you have a uniform on? I said, yup, here you go. They said, show me your business card. I showed it to them. Then they were like, show me a PDF invoice of your address with your logo on it.
so you separated the companies, Junk Squad, when it started growing.
Yeah, that's what he said. Then he went to CDL trucks with his hook lift, I think. Because I don't think the Suzu needs I think the Suzu doesn't need a CDL.
So in that huge 21 by 21, you're in the top 16. I could guarantee top 3 in 3 months on that one. Uh,
Boom.
this one right here, this is where you're currently at in a 21 by 21 area, and I'll tell you how many miles this covers, because a lot of guys, most SEOs only do about a 9 by 9 or a 13 by 13. Ours, this will cover a 10-mile radius once you're done with this, which winds up being, it's not as big because you're missing half the map because the rest of it's in the water. But then once this is all green, then we expand it out further. And then we say, you obviously don't want to go into the Everglades Wildlife Management. You obviously want to come up near Boca Raton and Haley. So when we do that, what we do is, and it's not a matter of I can say, we're not going to get you ranked in the Everglades, but it's just it has to be. Then we separate this and we go out further. So you start covering more and more of the map area.
And dominating.
Dominate that whole area. But like I said, in regards to the other, it's the other one, I kind of need to know where you're actually at. And you need to get an address shown. So
So maybe you can reach out to William and on a message, and then get on a call, and then just go from there and just get some answers. And that's half the work, because knowing is half the battle. GI Joe. But yeah, you know.
So someone just messaged, do we take white label clients anymore? I do, but you need to have at least 10 plus clients. And so when I say 10 clients, I mean 10 at one time if you want the discount, because they still get 40 something percent discount. But the thing is, even when you have 10, I want to know you're looking to grow. By growing, I mean, are you going to be bringing at least another 10 every single month? If you're not bringing
Whoa.
at least 10 every single month, I don't want to mess with you.
Go mess with
So I'm mainly interested in helping actual real
jump.
business owners that have an actual business, not agencies reselling and making a killing. So
Yeah. We're trying to outlaw that. We're trying to outlaw that, and you know what I mean, helping out people straight to the point, no more middleman. But if you got 10 or more clients and you're willing to grow and keep on growing, reach out to William, because he can help you out. But you heard the terms: 10 plus 10 plus 10. And
yeah,
shout out to everybody out there who's still tuned in, who's still listening, and is still supporting the movement, because we're bringing this content for you guys, and we're nonstop. We're giving you guys this from junk removal to SEO, and we're linked up, and that's just it. And we're bringing you guys this content because this is what we do, man.
let's say you cannot use, just play the devil's advocate. You can't use your apartment, whatever for godforsaken reason. You can go rent an office. Rent an office costs you about, let's say, $300 to $500, depending. You can get a cheap one,
A
and then all
cubicle.
you need is an office. All you
Hmm.
need to be able to do is show me walking in the door with some signage on the damn door. It's permanent. That's all I need.
Hmm. Now
So
what if he rented an office, but he couldn't put an office sign. He couldn't put his banner in front of the office, but he
needs
could
to
put
have
his,
needs to have a permanent sign. Has to.
even in his cubicle area, even in his office area.
Generally, they want to see it on the outside of the building.
Now, if he's renting an office space and there's multiple offices there, wouldn't someone else be maybe
So
having?
it just needs to be up there long enough to take the video.
There you go. That's what I was trying to get to.
You just
Mhm.
need to have the office rented. Let's say, oh, I can't afford it. I don't want to rent an office just to have an office address. All I said was rent an office long enough to have the actual video done. I'm not talking about doing it every month and renting it forever.
Yeah.
I just rent the damn thing long enough to actually get the video verification, then I stop doing it. That's easy.
I,
And then if
I,
I have a
re-
friend that has one, I do it the same way.
I rented mine for 6 months. It was a tax write off. And, I'd even sit in a chair one time. I just needed that address. And, you know, when I didn't need it no more, I put my, first and last months already up. Boom, I was done.
Yeah, most SEOs are a lot of the SEOs are the same way. If you ain't got an address shown, the ones I know that know what the hell they're doing will tell you they won't work with you for FCB. I know ones that if you're not even in the top 10 so far, they won't work with you.
Well, I think he gave you a little comment right there for you, William, brother.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Speak Monday. You have 3 companies you own, and I'll take a look at them and I'll give you a game plan for it. My calendar link, I know you probably already have it. So
Well, make it happen. You know what I mean? The worstest thing that you could do is waste time and waste this talent that is willing to help you dominate and take care of all of that to make you that powerhouse. Because I think you're losing out on so much money by not having that kind of situated. So let's get that situated for you, my brother. And you guys, all you guys watching, and all you guys who are going to watch in the future, tomorrow while you're at the gym, or you're going to be listening while you're doing some jobs tomorrow. You know what I mean? This is what we do here. This is why I linked up with Rank Fortress and created this show and me and William are going live so much because we are helping you guys out so much, and you know, break the stereotypes, guys, and get over this hump you guys have are brainwashed about. This is the real deal. You know what I mean?
Yep. And Junk Squad, do I cover pest control? I've done almost
Oh.
every service you can possibly think of. I've done escorts before. I'll put it that way. I don't do them no more, but um, I've
Oh,
done an escort service.
oh, Bunny
I've done
Ranch. Oh.
mainly home services, but home services base being junk removal, garage door repair, roofers. I've done lawyers. I've done medical clinic. I have about 6 years just in medical clinics alone, medical marijuana,
Hmm.
um, little bit of everything. But right now I focus on junk removal, just helping out junk removal people. And the whole reason is because I didn't have to. It's people are getting screwed over and paying, like the guy I just signed up 100,000 plus in 5.5 years and ain't even in the top 10. Okay. So if you think that's cool and if you think SEO should continue to get away with that crap, you go ahead and keep supporting them and keep hating on us all you want. But for those of you that actually love us and adore us and think it's amazing that they're getting exposed and think that, hey, it's good that we now can rank. It's good that someone actually knows what the hell they're talking about. And it's good that someone's showing us over the shoulder. So that we actually, the reason why I want to show you, it's I don't care. Sign up with Joe Schmo or sign up with someone else. But at least now when they go to sell you or talk to you, you have some knowledge. So when they say, well, we got you dominating this whole little area right here, well, honey, that's about as big as my neighborhood. So can you stretch it out? Well, we can't do that. Or, hey, why don't you guarantee top 3 rankings like such and see
Hmm.
what they say. And so now you have enough knowledge when you ask them about stuff that they can't get away with it anymore. So that's what we're after, is just trying to help you business owners. So whenever, I don't care who you work with, I don't care if they're from Philippines, India, the United States, wherever they're from, work with them, but at least have knowledge of what you should be getting and how to find out, are they actually doing it?
Hmm. So that's what we do here is try to give you guys information. If you do want to go ask somebody for help or looking for someone to help you, make sure that they have these answers for you and they could break these things down to you. And also, can they guarantee you? Because if somebody can't guarantee you, why would you even, you know what I mean? Because I guarantee everything you buy for your house is guaranteed. When you buy gasoline, that's guaranteed to get you to where you got to go. So, you
Yep.
know what
And
I
I would
mean?
tell you, say, if you can't guarantee it, then you're definitely not a professional.
Yeah.
Whereas I can tell you, for example, if I was to talk to Mr. Yee and say, I have a 4-bedroom house, it's 700 square foot, full from wall to wall of stuff. I need it all emptied. How much? He's probably going to tell me a price. He's not going to say, well, I don't know. He's not going to come in groups and saying, hey, how much should I charge?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're a pro. When you're just getting started or you're starting to learn and you're still an amateur, it's cool that you're doing it. It's fine that you're asking, but understand the difference between the professional and an amateur. And most people that are, if you will, doing it, they're not really doing it. They're
No.
actually outsourcing it to those who do it. And like with me, is like, well, you're doing the same thing, William. You're essentially, your only difference is that, William, you live in the Philippines. Yes, that's true. But the other difference is William actually physically trains his staff, sits down with his staff, walks through with them, actually does the training. Okay. So they actually learn it from me. It's not like they just come to me and they just learn it through thin air or God just drops it in their lap. I actually teach them and train them.
I,
So,
I I suggest if you do go look for someone for help with SEO, see if they have as much content on Facebook or on YouTube, or if you see their face every day and they're going live every day and they're saying, "Hey, I have nothing to hide. I don't sugarcoat anything. This is what I do. I'm real deal." And there's a reason why you're seeing our faces all the time, because we are giving you guys that real deal. We're not cookie cutting, we're not watering it down. This is the real deal. We're showing you guys that, this is what you're getting is live and direct, and we don't outsource. And we're not playing around with the situation. You're getting your best bang for your buck here. You're actually saving money than going for someone who says, hey, let me call you back, or doesn't even get reached out to you. And we get these calls all the time where people message us and call us and say, hey, I'm working with someone, but they don't even call me back, or they don't even reach out to me. They don't even show me any type of SOPs. They don't show me any type of strategies. They don't even show me any kind of algorithm. They just take my money every month, and I'm not even ranking.
I mean, I have people all the time say, this is the SOP I have for my VA. Can you take a look at it? And I look at it, so it's not an SOP. There's an actual SOP for us is I physically sit down and teach them. Got it yesterday for almost an hour. Teach them. And after I teach them, I have them do it, show me the output. Then after they do the output with me, then I correct it. And then once they do that, I test them. So we do a bunch of multiple things. It's not just most of your SOPs are screwed up because you say at the very end of it, after you've done all this, let me know if it worked. I think you should probably know if it worked before telling your VA to see if it works. Just, you don't ask your employee to ask, say, hey, did this work for me? Did this actually work?
Well, I'm sure we're going to get a lot of calls in November. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of calls in November. And, we're not going to say the other month, but I'm sure we're going to get a lot of calls in November after people see, nah, that's not happening. That's not happening. It's going to be a good Christmas because a lot of people are going to get a lot of presents, and they're going to make a lot of money. With that said, William, you got anything else to say, my brother? It's been over an hour.
No, I'm good. It's good to be on here. Thank you guys for coming here and asking questions. Kales, I'll see you after this call. We're going to jump on that call. And then I also have one other guy to talk to prior to that. But we'll talk to you right after that. And if you have any questions, hit up Mr. Yee or hit up myself, and I will gladly answer you, or book a call with me, and I'll help you out.
With that said, thank you so much, William. I'm gonna say a few things, and then I'm gonna end this. But thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you.
Yes,
See you
sir.
soon.
All righty. With that said, guys, I hope you guys like this show, what we did today. You know what I mean? We put a little bit of extra time in for you guys, but the Yeeeeee is going hard right now in the paint. I'm going hard right now in the paint. A lot of people ask me, what are you? I say a whale. They say, where you from? I say that's 707. And I'm just putting that content out here for you guys so you guys can get help, and you don't have to get robbed or schemed. You know what I mean? I keep it level like a triple beam. My old days. But with that said, guys, thank you guys so much for being on the show. We will be back Saturday for the tap in live with Mr. Yeeeeee, and we'll talk more of that real junk talk. But it's the Yeeeeee takeover, and you guys are going to keep on seeing my face because it's all about putting that content out there, putting more, but not saying the same old shit. You know what I mean? We're not saying the same old things out here. We're not we're not cookie, you know what I mean, cutting. This is live and direct, and I salute all you guys out there. You guys know how to reach me. You guys can see me on TikTok, No Limit Hauling. You guys can see me on my Facebooks, Rudy Uribe. You know what I mean? AKA Mr. Yeeeeee, AKA Double Trailer Rudy. And make sure you guys tap in on Instagram too. No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal. You know what I mean? I got some things coming up in the future to help you guys with your reels. We're going to come up with a program to start helping everybody with their reels and showing you guys how to hit social media with the type of reels that people want to see. Not this boring shit where, you know what I mean? Because people take our business as a boring business. I'm trying to tell you, but we'll get more into that maybe Saturday. But with that said, everybody, I hope you guys like this. This live is going down. We'll see you next Thursday, but also we'll see you Saturday with the tap in live with the Mr. Yeeeeee. Yes. Thank you guys all so much. Yeeeeee.